Hello everyone, welcome back to Rust programming tutorials. Today it's a continuation of all the previous episodes. Today we are going to talk about enums, or in short, enumerations. Now enums are not just specific to Rust. Again, it's a programming language. Enums are there everywhere in most programming languages. The use case of declaring a variable or using an enum is when you know that an object will have a fixed set of values. Say, for example, here, right? This is IP address type. You have fixed set of values. Either it's IPv4, which is 4 strings like 0.0.0.0, or this is IPv6, which is kind of loop back. So this is one example. Say user status, it's user, whether the user is active or inactive. So just two possible values. You could use the user status as an enum, or any other category. Say, let's say any item, its classification, whether it's a home decor, it's used kitchen, it's used in the living room, it's a anything else, everyday use thing. So for items which will have fixed set of values that are known before, for that we can use enums. The keyword used is again enum in Rust. Enum followed by the enum name, curly braces, and the possible set of values. Now it's a custom data type, okay, which we can use anywhere in our code. We can create instances of enums using double colon. See here. So you have IP, the enum name and its type, or what you could do is you can declare a type of it also, like and the beauty of enum, or beauty of enums in Rust, is each kind can have its own different data type. Now here we have just declared it as string, and we initialize it this way, because now we say that the constructor, in order to construct this, needs a string. You create it with the string. Say for example here 127.0.0.1, and this is a loop back, so from string 1. Okay, two ways again, directly, but it does not have any value. But if you want, you can give it its data type, what type it is. You can use enums to be passed as a function parameters. So say for example here you have declared a function route. The variable name, its type is what we have declared, IPADR kind. How do you pass value to it? You invoke the function. So the function name within bracket, the value. You can give it this way, or you could even use it like this, home here, route home, which is of the same data type, right? As I was mentioning earlier, one advantage of enum is that each variant can have its own data type. Say for example here, IPv4, you could use it. See here, it's declared as it has 4 integers, okay, unsigned integers. V6 is just a string type. How you initialize it? Because the constructor needs 4 values, you give 4 values separated by a comma, or if this is string, just one value, you could use it as a string. Here another example. So let's say there's a message which has, say, one parameter quit, which has no value. Move, you can give coordinates, you can write, which is of type string. You can change color, you can give RGB. So with all 3 are integers, right? Here also X and Y are integers. So enums can have messages just like structs do. So this function call, since it's a function or a method, the first parameter is self, which is automatically passed by Rust, but you have to mention here it as self, and say message.write, string.hello, and m.call. So see here, you have declared an enum, you implement that enum, you add function. This is just similar to how it was in struts, what we have discussed. And it's a method. So first parameter is self. This is how you create an instance, just like the above one. And then you pass it. You call it this way, m.call, or you call m.function name. Now let's talk about a special enum, which is called as option. It's a special enum because it's built in, it's provided by Rust. You must have heard about options in Java. So option types, it has two, two types, option enum. One is none, which is equivalent to none, null, or it has some value of type T. Now here, note here the generalization of type T. Okay, pay attention here, how it is declared. So it's not just the enum name, but you have given what type it is. Okay. So it can either be none or it could have some value. It helps a lot when you have to handle some values which are null. You can elegantly handle null values. How do you declare? Say, let's say some number of 5. Now see, you don't even have to write your option. It's because it's inbuilt, provided. Okay. Now the sum, the T could be any data type. It could be an integer. It could be a character. It could be string. Any data type it could be. Options also have a lot of methods and functions available to it. There's a whole documentation, which the link I will provide in the video description. You can go through all the functions that are associated, all the methods that are associated with options. And there are lots of examples on how to use it. So let absent number of integer be equal to none. So now this absent number will be nothing but none or null. So here, see, let x be 2. See here, this is an inbuilt method, is none. It will be false, right? Because you are initializing it with some value. Now here, you're initializing it with none, and you're checking x dot is none. So see, you haven't declared anywhere the values here. So options, this is an inbuilt method which is available. Is none, and you're asserting it as true, right? It will return true. How do you extract the value from the sum? There is a method called as unwrap. Okay, so here you're declaring x as sum air, assert equals x dot unwrap, you get the actual string. Okay. There are multiple variations of unwrap. So one of them is unwrap or. So sum car dot unwrap or car. So which means if car is not there, it should be bike. If car is there, it should be car. So see here, the second line, none dot unwrap or bike. So it will be equal to bike because it's none, right? Here you were giving a value. Here, instead of some car, if you could have given some other variable, it would have been bike. Okay. Like instead of car, if it was bus, the value of this would have been false. It's not equal. You can have filters. So you filters, you pass your own filter method, the predicate. So here function is even I32, that's the parameter type, return type is Boolean. If it's n, the remainder n modulus 2, if it's 0, it will return true, right? So none dot filter is even is none. So if you invoke the filter on none object, the result is none. See how you pass the predicate here to the filter. You have to first define a function and then pass it here. Assert equals 3, filter is even is none because it's false. Assert sum 4, filter is even is sum 4. So sum returns sum. Okay, does not return true, or it does not return 4, it returns a sum. Okay, now you have or x or y. Okay, so here, say, for example, you're initializing x with y, x with some, and y with none. So x or y sum 2. So x is there, so it should be here. So if x is none and y has some value, x or y, so in this scenario, it will be sum of 100 because here you have 100. Y is the value and x is none. If both of them have values, x or y, it will still be the value of x because x is not none. So x or y, what you're saying is, if x is none, use the value of y. So no matter what value x has, if x is not none, its value will be returned. If both of them are none, it just returns none. So that is all for options. There are lots of methods available on option class. Please go ahead now on option enum. Please go ahead and click on the link that's there in the description and try out all the examples. This was all for today. So we covered enums, which is a special type. It has two values, some or none. None means equivalent to null value. Some means it has some value. Okay. You can have multiple, parameters here, multiple fields in enum. Each can have its own data type. Okay, that's the advantage. Enums can also have methods associated with them. All right. So that is all about enums and option enums in Rust. Go click the description link, get to know more about the option enum. There are lots of methods, okay? And see you all again in the next session, next class. Thank you.